go. We got 5 people there, if you can count them out, Professor. All right, we're just going to set you guys right over here. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me get my note cards here. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Robel. Before I begin, I'll admit something. This speech almost didn't get done on time. Why? Because I have ADHD. And I procrastinated. Well, at least my topic gave me a built-in excuse. At least that, right? Today I wanted to talk about ADHD, though. Or, as it's more commonly known as, Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. This is a condition that affects attention, self-control, and activity levels. It is one of the most commonly diagnosed neurodevelopment disorders in children, but it also affects many adults. My goal today is simple. I want to explain 3 things. First, what ADHD actually is and how common it is. 2, how stimulant medications like Ritalin are used to treat it. And 3rd, the potential side effect, sometimes called the zombie effect, which happens if the medication dose is too high. I researched sources including the CDC, Psych Central, and the Child Mind Institute. So everything I'm sharing with you comes from reliable medical and mental health professionals. First of all, like I answered before, what is ADHD? ADHD is a neurodevelopment disorder that makes it hard to pay attention, sit still, and control impulses. It isn't just a childhood problem. Many adults also live with it, like myself. According to the Center of Disease Control, about 11.4% of U.S. children ages 3 to 17 have been diagnosed with ADHD. That's more than 1 in 10 kids, which means most of us know someone personally who deals with it. Second, how do medications like Ritalin help? Doctors often prescribe stimulant medications such as Ritalin, also known as metaphenylidates. These medications increase dopamine and neuroperipherin in the brain. Chemicals that help with focus and self-control. That's what that is. According to the Psych Central, up to 80% of people with ADHD experience relief from their symptoms with the stimulant medications like Adderall or Ritalin. That's a huge majority, and it explains why these medications are considered the first of treatment. When the dose is correct, many people report better focus, improved grades or work performance, and reduced hyperactive behaviors. 3rd, what about the zombie effect? What about it? As helpful as these medications are, sometimes they come with side effects. The most famous one is nicknamed the zombie effect. This happens when the medication dose is too high. The Child Mind Institute explains when a stimulant dose is too high for a child, he or she may begin to look sedated or zombie-like, or tearful and irritable. Instead of feeling focused, the person may seem emotionally flat, overly quiet, or withdrawn. But here's the important point. The zombie effect doesn't mean the medication is bad. It usually means the dose just needs a little adjusting. That's all. According to Medical News Today, the zombie effect is a less frequent side effect and can be avoided when a clinician carefully monitors the prescription. In other words, the goal is relief, not sedation. So, let's recap, guys. ADHD is a common condition that affects attention hyperactivity and impulse control. Medications like Ritalin are often effective, helping about 80% of 80% of people find relief. But if the dose is too high, It can create the so-called zombie effect, something that signals the need for adjustment, not abandonment of treatment. ADHD medication is a powerful tool, but it has to be used thoughtfully and carefully. And remember how I started by saying, I procrastinated this assignment, right? I started by saying that. That's one of those ADHD traits. Sometimes our brain wanders in all the wrong directions. But the good news is that ADHD doesn't have to mean chaos or exhaustion. With the right support, the right dosage, and the right people, you can thrive with ADHD. Thank you. Any questions?